Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are on Module 1, Lesson 18. Good news, we are rounding up towards the end of Module 1. We are almost there. We're on Topic F, Addition and Subtraction Word Problems. Today, really hang in there with me. Some of our word problems are very multi-step, but I know you guys can do them. So today we're going to solve multi-step word problems, modeled with tape diagrams, and assess the reasonableness of answers using rounding. So everything we've been doing, we're just continuing to work on. The word problems just get a little bit trickier in this lesson, so really make sure you're paying attention. I really hope you guys stop, pause the videos, and try to work out some of these problems on your own, and then check with me. That's how you get really good. We'll need to know how to solve word problems for our everyday lives. Even if you're wanting to run a business, everything else in life, you'll see there's going to be different scenarios. If you're a farmer, anything that you'll need to know how to solve these word problems for. We're going to be successful when we can accurately solve these multi-step word problems with our same redraw right process, and then check the reasonableness using our rounding. So hang in there with me today. Like I said, some of these are some multi-step word problems and the wording gets confusing, but I'm going to take you guys through it. So I'm going to start off by, it says solve a multi-step word problem requiring addition and subtraction. We need to use a tape diagram and then check the reasonableness of the answer using estimation. So we're going to go through, solve it first, and then check it. So in year 1, a factory used 11,650 meters of cotton. Okay, so we know cotton for sure. 4,950 fewer meters of silk than cotton, and 3,500 fewer meters of wool than silk. How many meters in all were used of the 3 fabrics? So I'm going to start off by making a tape diagram. The tape diagrams on these really help me. So I'm going to start off, we know for sure what cotton has. So I'm going to label this a C for cotton. Cotton has 11,650 meters. Okay, so we have that. So now we have silk. So silk has 4,950 fewer meters of silk than cotton. So if we're here at silk, it's going to be smaller. But what it's going to be is 11,650. And if it says fewer, we're going to be subtracting. So minus 4,950. You also could have put like a C for cotton, cotton minus 4,950. I just wanted you guys to see what we're going to be solving for that. And then here it says there's 3,500 fewer meters of wool than silk. So I'm going to put it in my tape diagram, but we don't. So here's wool. So it's going to be silk minus 3,500 because we don't know how much silk is yet. We have to solve it here. So then it says how many meters in all were used of the 3 fabrics. So what they're truly asking us then is to find out how much silk costs, or how much silk was made, how much wool was made, and then how much was made of the cotton, silk, and wool. So I'm going to take this piece by piece. I'm going to solve it in sections, and then we're going to go back and check it all out. So the first thing I need to know is how much silk was truly made. So we know that we have 11,650 because it's 4,950 fewer meters. Okay, so 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. 6 minus 9 I cannot do, so I'm going to come over here, make this 1 into a 0, and this 6 into a 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. 0 minus 4, again, I can't do, so that becomes a 0. This becomes a 10, and 10 minus 4 is 6. So 6,700, I'm going to label it M, and I'm going to put this is silk. So silk is 6,700 meters. So we're good so far. I'm going to change my colors. So we've solved this piece. Now we need to find out wool. Well, wool is 3,500 fewer meters than silk. So now that we have the silk, we can now take away the 3,500 meters less, So 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, 7 minus 5 is 2, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So that one was pretty easy to do. So now we can label this wool. Okay, so wool was 3,200 meters. I'm going to come over here in red. So now it says how many meters were in all were used of the three fabrics. So now we need to add up our cotton, so that was 11,650, our silk, which was 6,700, and our wool, which was 3,200. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 is still 0. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 7 plus 2 is 15. 6 plus 3 is 9, 10, 11. And there's our 2. So our answer should be 21,550 meters. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as a statement just so I have it. So there were 21,550 meters used in all. Okay, so now I'm going to do a quick crash course of this, and we're going to use rounding to assess our reasonableness. So I'm going to go through this problem. I'm going to actually move me up here in this corner so I'm kind of out of the way. Okay, so we're going to do it to the nearest 1,000 today. So cotton is about equal to 12,000. And we know we had to take away about 5,000 for silk. So 12,000 minus 5,000. So 7,000 is about what our silk was. And that's pretty close. We got the answer of 6,700. So far it makes sense. The next thing we would have taken away was about 4,000 because 3,500 would round up. So that gives us 3,000, which was equal our wool. So far that still makes sense. 3,000 and our wool answer was 3,200. I'm going to change this to black just so you guys can see a little bit easier. So now that we have our answers rounded, I'm going to go ahead and add them up and see if we come up with a reasonable answer. So 12,000 was about what our cotton was, 7,000 was about what our silk was, and 3,000 was about what our wool was. So we're going to add those up. 10, 11, 12, and we get about 22,000 meters. And guys, that was so close to our true answer. Our true answer, we got 21,550. We're only off by a couple hundred. So that makes our answer reasonable, and that makes our first answer good to go. So you saw all of the moving pieces. Not only did we solve it, we went back and rounded our answers to the nearest thousands and checked them. So make sure you're careful and checking your reasonableness of your questions. Okay, and I'm going to go on to the next problem. And I'm going to move myself again out of the way. So problem number 2 is very similar. So I'm going to solve this one with you, and you'll see all the tricky pieces. So the shop sold, I'm going to change mine to yellow, 12,708 chocolate and 9,324 cookie dough cones. Okay, they sold 1,078 more peanut butter cones than cookie dough, and 999 more vanilla cones than chocolate cones. Whew. What was the total number of ice cream cones sold? Okay, just like last time, I'm going to break this up into piece by piece. And once you have your tape diagram made, it makes it way more simple to solve. So the first thing we know is that we have our chocolate. I'm going to label that as C. And chocolate cones, we had 12,789. Okay, we also know cookie dough, so I'm going to label that CD for cookie dough. And cookie dough had 9,324 cones. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. So then they sold 1,078 more peanut butter cones than cookie dough. So peanut butter is here. Oh, I might have made that a little long. And so really it was more peanut butter than cookie dough. Well, we know cookie dough. So cookie dough is 9,324. And to find peanut butter, not a D, we need to add 1,078. Okay, so we need to find that answer for sure. And then we have vanilla, and vanilla is 999 more than chocolate. So we know our chocolate's 12,789, and to find a vanilla, 999 more. Okay, piece by piece. So we already know chocolate, we already know cookie dough, we need to find out our peanut butter. So peanut butter, we're going to go ahead and add, so 9,324 plus 1,078. And that's exactly what it said, 1,078 more peanut butter than cookie dough. So just making sure my numbers are correct, making sure the math I'm doing is correct. So I'm going to add these up. 8 plus 4 is 12. 7, 8, 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry my 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 9 plus 1 is 10. So that means we got peanut butter at 10,402 cones. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to solve how many vanilla cones they sold. So it says that they were 999 more vanilla cones than chocolate cones. Well, chocolate had 12,789 plus our 999. I'm sorry, I should have put a barrier there. Those are two different problems. Okay, 9 plus 9 is 18. 9 plus 8 plus 1 is the same, so 18. 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 7 is 17. And we have 2 plus 1, which is 3. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So 13,788 is the amount of vanilla cones that we have. Okay, so then the true question was, what was the total number of ice cream cones sold? So really our tape diagram needs this and a little question mark because we need to go through and add up all of the ice cream cones. So we need to add up, I'll do it in black over here. Chocolate we know was 12,789. Cookie dough was 9,324. I'm going to do those and then I'm going to continue to add on from there. So 9 plus 4 is 13. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Same for this. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Carry my 1. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 1 is 12. And 1 plus 1 is 2. But I'm not finished. So I added my chocolate, I added my cookie dough. Now I need to go in and add what my true peanut butter was. So peanut butter was 10,402 cones. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus nothing is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Put my comma. 2 plus 0 is 2. And 2 plus 1 is 3. We're still not finished though because we need to add in our vanilla cones. So I need to add in 13,788 cones. So 8 plus 5 is 13. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6. And 3 plus 1 is 4. Whew. So now that we've found out all the ice creams, we now have found out the total number of ice cream cones sold. So that should be here. And I'm going to write it as a statement. So the total number of ice cream cones sold was 46,303. Or you could have said they sold 46,303 cones. Okay, so now that we've done all this, we're now going to check our reasonableness using estimation. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to round these to, again, the nearest 1,000. So I'm going to put our rounding to in orange. So this number would be rounded to 13,000. And then we have about 9,000. And peanut butter would have been about 9,000 plus 1,000. And vanilla would have been about 13,000 plus 1,000. Okay, so that should be pretty easy to do now. So we can see here even that 9,000 plus 1,000 is going to be about 10,000. And 13,000 plus 1,000 is going to be about 14,000. So I'm going to come over here, and over here is going to be my estimation adding. So chocolate was about 13,000. And cookie dough was about 9,000. So I'm going to add those up first. 9 plus 3 is 12. Carry my 1. So 22,000. We said that peanut butter was about 10,000, which I would agree with our answer we got. So I'm going to add my 10,000 in. 2 plus 0 is still 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, and now we need to add in our vanilla, which was about 14,000. Plus 14,000. So we get 4 plus 2 is 6, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So our answer should have been at about 46,000, which we got 46,303. We were only 303 off. So I would say that our answer makes sense and is very reasonable. From here, I challenge you guys to practice this other concept development on your own. It looks very similar to the two that we just did. I'll go ahead and read it out to you, but make sure you follow all of the steps. So in the first week of June, a restaurant sold 10,345 omelets. In the second week, 1,096 fewer omelets were sold than in the first week. In the third week, 2,000 more omelets were sold than in the first week. And in the fourth week, 2,000 fewer omelets were sold than in the first week. How many omelets were sold in all of June? So I'm even going to help you set up a tape diagram, and then I challenge you guys to finish this problem out by yourself. So your first week, we had, and see how important is this in case you had your own restaurant to know how to solve these problems. So we sold 10,345 omelets this first week. Okay, the second week, so I'm going to label it second, we had 1,096 fewer omelets than in the first week. Well, the first week doesn't change, so we have 10,345 minus 1,096. Okay. In the third week, 2,000 more omelets, so 2,000 more omelets were sold than in the first week. So again, the first week hasn't changed. So you still have your 10,345, but now we have plus 2,000 because it's 2,000 more. And in the fourth week, 2,000 fewer omelets were sold than the first week. Oh, so 10,035 or 345 minus 2,000. So you're going to have to find out how many were sold in the second, third, and fourth week. But then it says how many omelets were sold in all of June. So I'm challenging you to solve this one on your own. Practice your addition and your subtraction within a word problem. Don't forget to write it as a statement and then check it with rounding to see your reasonableness. From here, you guys are going to do something really similar on your exit ticket. So practice, practice, practice. Read your questions carefully and make sure they're not tricking you because that's what they're always trying to do. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.